फेविक्विक लाच कोणतं? हाँ पण वायर टूट जाए तो
Hey guys, welcome. Can you hear me? Cool, cool. I can see in the chat. Okay, so let's start the session here. So yeah, this is the first introduction session for me, and I'll be introducing myself first of all, and who I am, where I'm working at, and what I've done, and then we'll start with the session, actual session. So yeah, introduction about myself. So I am Harshil. I'm working with Flipkart in the Flipkart data platform. So my specific team is ML platform, where I work in the entire ML uh, ecosystem in the Flipkart, and I specifically work in the. Yeah, can you see me? Cool. Yeah. So I work at Flipkart in the Flipkart data platform, and I work specifically in the ML platform. So I take care end to end in the of the training service. So basically, what happens is that whenever a training model is deployed on Flipkart, it goes to a series of clusters where it is trained on the training data, and evaluation is done, and evaluation and feedback is done to the respective modules. So I work at Flipkart right now. Previously to Flipkart, I was working at SAP. So in SAP, I was working in a product called Internet of Things, where the product was we have different industry customers. They have different sensor data coming in. We need to analyze that data, store that data, and also give insights based on that data. So yeah, this is about myself. I have around 5 years of industry experience, and I've been coding from 10 standard. So I would say I have around 10 years of programming experience. And yeah, so this session will be like very basic introduction session, and I'll be we'll be just discussing. I just want to know my audience right now, and we'll just be discussing. There is nothing, no pressure for you. We'll just be discussing about computers, operating systems, and programming language in general. Okay, so yeah, so cool. Okay, I am allowing you people to unmute yourself. Okay, but make sure that please don't create disturbance in this session. Okay, if I am asking question, you can raise your hand, unmute yourself, and you can answer the question. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Okay, so this is our first session, introduction session, and yeah, let's talk about computers in general. So anybody here can describe in detail what they understand about a computer? Yeah, I mean, everybody is on the computer, but nobody can describe the computer. That seems odd. Like, yeah,
Well, I'll add something. So,
yeah,
yeah, actually, initially it was a computer was only to do something like it was only to compute something. But now a lot of things we can do. We can write programs which are actually the instructions. So everything now, I mean, everything now in the software industry. So
Mhm.
it's done by the computer. I mean, by the programmers.
Yeah. Please go ahead, Javed. I think you are on the right track.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, that's what I was saying. At the first, it was only developer to compute something, but nowadays we can write programs which are actually the set of instructions. So we can do a lot of things right now with the computer system. A lot of softwares can be developed with the help of computer.
Cool. That's a great answer. So yeah, you are on the right track. Yeah, that
And
is
it's combined of hardware and software. I mean,
exactly. So
computer
that is the
is
important.
dependent on each other.
Yeah, that is the important thing I was going to discuss here, right? So computer system is basically divided into two parts. First is hardware, and second is software, right? Okay. So can anybody explain me what is in hardware and what is software here? I need somebody else other than Javed. I think
Okay.
you've done great.
Mhm.
Hardware is something that we can touch and feel. whereas software is visual. You know, we can just see and control the software using the hardware.
Yeah, control the hardware using the software. I think you meant that. Yeah, great. So yeah, so basically computer system comprises of two parts, hardware and software. So hardware is the part which you can touch, feel, and you can see. Software also you can see, but you cannot touch and feel. So software is something you can see, you can control, but you cannot touch it. And software is used to, control the hardware. Okay. Okay. So this is cool enough. So let's start, first of all about software. So our main focus here right now is on the software part, and we will be discussing more about software, right? So software, can anybody tell me what kind of software they have used?
Well, actually, if we're talking
Operating
about
software?
operating system, like I'm using Ubuntu Linux.
Okay, Ubuntu Linux you're using. So that is one of the one software. And anything else? Somebody else might have used it.
Yeah, I
Photoshop.
mean Mac OS as well. I mean the operating systems or the ERP softwares, Word, MS Word,
Perfect.
MS Office.
So yeah, so this is the software you are. So I'll give you one insight here. So this is the software you are talking about in your computer right now, right? So you're interacting with your computer right now. You're doing something on your computer. You're interacting with the software. That is a computer software. But if you see clearly, if you see just if you're curious enough to know and understand, you can look around yourself, look at your computer, look at your refrigerator, look at your washing machine. Look at anything else. If you take right now your mobile, right, everything right now has some or the other software in it, right? And that software is basically controlling the hardware of your system. So for example, in washing machine, there's a hardware which is connected to the motor, and there's a software which controls how the motor spins, how fast it spins, in what direction it spins, and other stuff, right? So software is just not, for washing machine, it is also used for very important stuff. For example, software, if you see in flight controllers, right, in Airbus, the software, I think if you know, then 60% of the Airbus is automated. Whatever your plane you're flying in, right? 60% of the job pilot doesn't have to do anything. Everything is done by software. Only the 40% of job is of the pilot to fly the plane, right? So it is that critical. If anything goes wrong inside software, hardware will, behave not in an intended manner, and it will fail. Got it?
Yes.
Yeah, I need this class to be interactive. So yeah, I mean, if you have any doubts, any question, you can raise your hand and you can ask me question. I mean, even if it's a very simple one, if you don't understand, you can ask me anything. Okay. Cool. Okay. So yeah, let's first of all start with the very basic aspect of in software, right? So software. Okay. So software. I would say let's take an example of this Chrome, right? So this is a Chrome tab, or I can click on this URL bar. I can click on my account. I can close, I can minimize, I can do a lot of things here, right? So can anybody tell me, okay, what is this whole thing? I mean, called in a software terminology?
Interface.
Yeah, interface. But yeah, can you be elaborate? You're closer.
Graphical user interface.
Perfect. So this is called graphical user interface. That is called GUI. So any software you're trying to interact with will have a GUI, right? There are some software which will come in later, not right now. It will be too advanced for you. But there are some software which runs on their own. They don't have any kind of graphical user interface, so they don't interact. They do their job like a silent guy who is like working day and night and not doing anything. So sorry, not interacting with anyone. So there are some kind of softwares exist which are run in background. They don't interact. There is no GUI, but most of the softwares have a GUI. So this is one of the example. This is a Chrome software where there is a GUI which you can interact with the browser, right? So okay, so there can be different kind of softwares. Software can be some different groups of people can use different kind of software. For example, if I'm an accountant, right, then I'll be using an Excel. If I am a writer, then I'll be using Word, right? If I am, let's say if I want to browse something on YouTube, then you can just, say, I can use this Chrome to, browse something on YouTube. But we are programmers now, right? So we aspire to become programmers. We aspire to become software engineers. So software engineers, we don't use this kind of GUIs to code. We use what is known as terminal. Okay. So anybody know what is a terminal here?
Yeah, like CMD in Windows.
CMD in Windows. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's in version control system.
No. So it's
CLI, command line interface.
Exactly. So this is so terminal. CLI is basically an you can say this is something which is used to execute the commands, right? But terminal basically it's in Mac, and I think in Ubuntu is also there. In Windows it's called CMD. So this is an GUI basically through which you can execute the commands, right? So for programmers like us, we have the GUI that is called as terminal, right? Okay. So I'll show you what is a terminal here.
The backend comes with your Java, JavaScript.
Sorry. Hello. Did someone ask something? Okay. So yeah. So this is this is the terminal here, right? So I can execute. I can fire various commands into the tell the computer, right? So this is one of the example of GUI, right? Okay. Now we have discussed the GUI. Now let's say if I tell you, if I ask you one thing, right? Let's say if I have this computer, right? And just the computer is manufactured by someone and given to me. Not anything is installed. No operating system, nothing, right? So can I do anything with the computer?
Yeah, we can do terminal.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean that's true, but without installing anything, let's say there is nothing there, no boot operating system, nothing here, right? So can we do anything with the hardware?
No, sir.
No, we cannot do, right? So to support that, there is a software called as operating system, as we already discussed, right? So operating system is basically something which is controlling the entire hardware of this computer. So hardware, there are various hardwares in this computer. For example, display is one of the hardware. The microphone through which I'm speaking is a hardware. Speaker is a hardware. The mouse pad, the trackpad is also in hardware. So there is an operating system installed inside this computer system, which is controlling the entire hardware, right? Now, to interact with the operating system, we have, in programmers terminology, we call it commands. Okay. Any doubt till here?
No, Harshil.
Yeah. Anyone? Don't hesitate. If it's a very simple question, this is your first session, and you can ask any simple question you want, right? So don't hesitate in asking even in simple questions. Okay. So yeah, as I was saying, so this is terminal is basically GUI through which we can interact with the operating system and fire commands. The operating system will in turn interact with the hardware. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell it one more time?
Okay. So yeah. So there is a hardware computer system, right? Your chip is there, your speaker is there, your microphone is there. So if you comprise, if you just take all together, this is a computer hardware system, right? Now we cannot do anything on this hardware if there is no operating system there. So that's why we have written a software called operating system, which runs on top of this hardware. Okay. And to interact with the operating system, we need some kind of way to interact, or to say, okay, operating system, please do this. Operating system, please do that, right? To interact with them, we need a kind of a software. So this is terminal. Basically, this is a GUI, this is software through which you can interact with the operating system. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. So yeah, so basically this is the terminal here, and we will be working with some basic commands. So I already explained commands. Can anybody explain me what is a command here?
It's a set of instructions that we give to a computer to get the desired output.
Perfect. So we will be, command is basically a set of instructions through which we will tell the computer to do something, tell the operating system to do something, right? And this terminal is basically a GUI to interact or to fire that command. So I'll show you in couple of time. So what is basically yeah. So before that. Before that, I'll be asking some, MCQs here. So this MCQs, students. So this MCQs is not for testing or anything. This MCQs is just to make sure participation is there. Okay.
Sir, where did I get MCQ?
Yeah, I'll tell you. Okay, did you guys the operating system?
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, did you guys got the MCQ?
Where shall we look for the MCQ?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, it should be in the session tab in your university account.
Microsoft Word is not a OS.
Oh, you should not say the answer, man. I mean, this is for your submission. So sorry, I should have mentioned you should not say the answer to public. Okay.
And sir, where I get, hello?
Yeah.
Sorry, sir, where I get this? In dashboard?
In session.
Yeah, session tab, just check your session tab, you will get it.
In sir, session said there is nothing.
Can you share the screen, please?
Yes, sir.
There are MCQs, sir. There are MCQs.
Yes.
Sir, I am sharing screen.
Sure.
Just refresh the screen share. I mean, refresh the tab, you'll get it. It isn't happening.
I got it, sir. I got it.
Cool.
Sir, I'm also not getting the MCQs.
Try to refresh this screen, Chetan.
Sir, currently we are having just one MCQ, right?
Sir, it is just showing Zoom detail or join session option.
Can you share the screen, Chetan?
Sir, it is showing only host can share in this meeting.
Also, attendance is not showing.
Well, I think you need to relog in then.
Yeah.
Because
you can share the screen so I can just see. And please, everybody, please unmute yourself. And please, there's a lot of background noise here. Yeah, Chetan, are you sharing the screen? Yeah, okay. I assume that everybody has, submitted the MCQ. Nobody's having the problem now.
Sir, screen share is not working. There is just saying only host can share in this meeting.
Okay, let's do one thing. Do after the session then. Sure.
Well,
Okay,
say
sir,
one
okay.
thing I just want to say is that, I mean, it's saying not submitted. So I think we cannot submit it now.
Yeah,
Can
because
we?
because the time is gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. There will be other MCQs, so that's fine. I think there'll be other MCQs. I'll be asking in future, so that's fine. Okay, okay. Let's So this is about the operating system. Now, as we were discussing terminal here, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Share the screen.
Sir, I got MCQs after refreshing the page.
Yeah, we can discuss Chetan after the session. Yeah, we will start with the next part of this session. So we will now be discussing, what are the various kind of commands. So I'll be covering very basic commands in this session. So yeah, so first of all, we will take a look at the, different how we are storing something in the computer, right? So everybody is on the computer right now. So do you have any files in the system in your computer? So I need somebody who is using Windows. Tell me this. Somebody who is using Windows, tell me this.
Yes, sir. I'm using Windows.
Yeah, you can tell me. Okay, you can tell me the path of the file and any file in your system.
CD hello Zaga 9.
C, then it should be hyphen, right?
Hyphen, then it will be a file name, then another file hyphen, another file name.
Okay, 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 okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is the kind of you can say file name in Windows system. Can anybody using Linux or Mac OS tell me what is the file, any file?
Sir, can you zoom in the screen?
Sure.
Terminal screen.
Terminal. Okay. Let me see if I can do that. Give me 2 minutes. I'll figure it out.
Sir, you don't need to zoom, sir. We also can zoom, sir.
Okay. Okay. Can you see the screen now?
Sure. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yes.
So this Zoom is fine,
Yes,
right?
sir. Good, sir.
Perfect.
Perfect. Okay. Can anybody tell me what is the file name in Ubuntu or Linux?
So it will be
As I'm
something
using
like
Ubuntu, so
Mhm.
there is Khan at the rate of Sahil and colon and tilde sign and dollar sign. I mean, this is a root.
Okay. So you can just tell me not this part, root dollar and everything. Just any you can click on, right click on that and you can see, okay, file details. So you'll get a path kind of thing, right? So I'll show you. So this is the Windows kind of path we have seen. So
But
let's
you
say
can
It's all
type
same, no, sir.
users, you
okay, yeah. Anybody can show me or tell me, okay, what is the file name?
users Janth desktop image.jpg.
Okay, perfect. So users, desktop, and some image.jpg, right? Okay.
Like here it's showing like home desktop. I have file
Yeah,
name
so
in
it will be,
JavaScript.
yeah, I'm coming to that. So can anybody tell me what is this? I mean, the entire thing called in Windows and both Ubuntu, Mac.
Path.
It's a path of the file.
Yep. Okay, so this is called, path basically. So this is, location of a file inside the computer, right? So as you know, computer, you can store a lot of movies, a lot of photos, a lot of files, different files you can store, right? And here it is called path. Any file, whatever you're trying to store in the computer has a path now. Now, in the path, you can create kind of a folder. So I'll give you an example, real world example. Okay, how the path is there, right? So let's say if you're going, have somebody use a journal book? Yeah. Yeah, guys, I need the session to be interactive. So yeah, you can please answer the questions. Anybody using a journal?
No.
No. Okay. So basically, what happens in the journal is that it's kind of an so let's say if I want to write something in June or July or August or something, right? Then after that, each day is there, right? So what is the kind of uh, on day 1 of July month, day 2 of the July month, right? So I can write something in a journal, and I can mark that, okay, on this month, on this day, this thing happened, right? So basically, if you see the structure there, then there is an year, and then there is months, and then there are days there, right? So similarly, directory systems work in a similar way, where there is, on the top of that, there is some main directory, and inside that there are subdirectories, right? So directory is basically kind of a folder where you can put something inside the folder, kind of a bag, you can assume. And yeah, so if journal is kind of a directory, then it will be like year, right? And then there'll be some month, and then there'll be some day, right? So let's I'll give you one example here. So forget about the commands right now. Right now, okay, mk.
Sir, what is CD5?
Yeah, ignore right now. Ignore right now. I'll explain everything. Ignore right now. Okay, so okay. So if you see right now, we have a directory called gen, right? Inside that, there is a directory called file. Let me clear it. So gen, and then file, and then some nodes. Right? So just focus on this part itself. Okay. So there is a gen, there is phi, and there is some nodes. So exactly this is similar to what I talked about in journal, right? There is a month there, then you need something, kind of a date or kind of a day, you can say number, and then inside that you're writing some notes. So directory structure is basically like a journal where you can have directories inside directories, and then inside the directories there can be files also, and some subdirectories also, right? So gen, inside that there is a file called, so there's a directory called phi. Inside that there's some file called some nodes. Got it? So path is clear, everyone?
Can you
Yes,
please
sir.
repeat that one more time?
Sure. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so everybody knows what is a folder, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. So let's say if I have a folder called kind of a bag, right? So what can I put inside the bag? Let's say it's your laptop bag.
Obviously laptop.
Laptop,
Other
and
things
then
like that.
charger, right?
Yeah, charger,
Keyboard,
laptop,
mouse.
charger.
Contents of the laptop, sir.
Yeah, you can put your purse also, right?
Mhm.
You can put your some kind of bag also.
Accessories.
Accessories, exactly, right? So so just imagine there is on top, there is your laptop bag, right? So this is a kind of a directory. You can put something inside it, right? Getting the point? Inside that you can put a bag which in let's say kind of a purse also, right? So this purse is also a directory. Inside your purse you can put money, right? So monies are files now, they are not directories, because you cannot put anything inside money, right? So at the top there is a laptop bag. Inside that there is a charger, which is also a file, because you cannot put anything in your charger now. But there is also a purse in which you can put some stuff, money or cards or whatever. So this is kind of a directory again, and inside that purse you can put some other files. Got it?
Understood.
So this is the kind of a directory structure where inside. So I'll repeat it once again. A directory is something which inside which you can put other directories and other files also, right? And there can be, so a directory has a directory inside it, and that directory also has some multiple directories inside it. So this is kind of a tree structure, or you can say tree structure. You got getting the point?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Cool. So once we have understood this path, so every directory has a path, every file has a path, right? So let's cover some of the basic commands here, right? So yeah. So one of the basic command here is called ls. Okay. Does anybody know what is an ls? What ls
This,
do?
sir. List.
List.
So everything that is within that file.
It will list all the files in the folder.
In the folder. Okay. Cool. Great. So yeah. Cool. So there is one ls. We will try just right now what is an ls here. Okay. So right now we are in the attenuate directory. You can see, right? If I do ls here, I get gen and test. Got it? So what it does is that test is a file and gen is a directory, right? So it is listing all the files and the directories inside the current folder. Current folder is attenuate. Okay, I'll repeat once again. ls means that list the files and directories. So what it does is that it lists all the directories and all the files in the current folder. You have to note that it doesn't list the file in the subdirectories. So gen directories also has some files and some directories, right? But it didn't listed them. It only lists the current directory files and folders. Okay. Any doubts, any question till here?
Not it, sir.
Sir, how can we write in Windows?
Yeah, Windows. So I'll give the solution.
Hello.
Yeah, just a second. Yeah.
Okay. Sir.
I'm giving you a link through which you can download, basically a software which will help you to, execute these commands in Windows. So yeah, I'm messaging on chat.
We have Git bash.
Yeah, you have Git bash, right? So yeah, people who don't have, please download it here and you can install it from here. Yeah, I've sent the Git bash link in the.
There is Windows terminal also, sir.
Yeah, Windows terminal is also there. You can use anything, but for this session we can use Git bash. Okay, so yeah, I assume that people might have had the install the Git bash. Okay, so we have discussed this ls command. Okay, can anybody repeat whatever I have taught? What is an ls command here?
Sir, ls is used for listing the command, listing the contents in a files or any directory.
In a particular location.
In a particular location. Perfect. Okay, so now if I am in a directory right now, for example, I am in right now attenu, right, and I'm doing ls here, right? So I can only see the contents or the directories and files inside the attenu folder. Now let's say if I want to see something inside the gen folder, right? Then is any way I can do that? Does anybody know here?
CD Gen.
Perfect.
CD to Gen.
CD Gen.
Yeah. So ls and then.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Sir, in my Git bash, this showing different, sir. Can you once you will check?
What is showing?
Once you saw this, I'm
Yeah,
sharing the screen, sir.
You can tell me what it is showing right now. Maybe we can discuss after the session. You can wait for doubt solving. We can discuss after the session. Okay. Okay. So yeah, let's discuss another command here. So this is called ls, and there is something space, and you say okay div. So this is the directory which you give to list all the files in that particular directory. Okay. So I'll show it here. For example, let's say if I'm doing ls, right? I can see the directory contents in the current directory. This is attenu. If I want to see the contents in gen, then I will do ls space and gen. And gen has a directory called file. Got it?
Hello, sir. We can use CD also, right?
Yeah, no. We what we want right now is that we need to forget about CD. Right now, what we need to do is that we need to list the contents in a particular directory, right? List the contents, right? So ls it just lists the contents. We don't want to go to that particular directory. Any directory, I just want to list the contents, right?
Sir, can we use cat command for that?
Yeah, with Windows you can use cat, but for this session we are using git bash, right? So you can download the git bash and you can try out these commands. Okay, so this is the command where ls and then you give space. So this is the kind of it will list all the directories into a particular directory. For example, if I do ls and gen, and then I say I can give the entire path of the directory. For example, ls gen and file, then it will list all the contents and directories in the gen and inside the file directory. Any doubts? Please guys tell me if there are any doubts still here, because it's very important.
Sir,
Yes.
when I do in my PC,
Mhm.
it's showing like sir, it's not shown that.
Yeah, we can discuss after. If you're having issues with git bash, please don't write any commands or anything right now. Just focus on this session right now. If you can write the commands, you can just try, but most importantly focus on this session. So what I'm writing, what I'm teaching, right? So what I have taught, any doubts, any issues in that?
No doubts as of now.
Sir, I do have a doubt here.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. See, suppose I am in a C drive. In C drive, I am in Jan. And again, in Jan, inside, I am in file. Okay. So I want to go to D drive. And February, and the date is 6. So I have to write all the full path, that is the D drive, Jan, or how to go back to the drive.
Exactly. Yeah, you have to write the entire path. So that is something, because there are a lot of people here. So considering the scope of the session is not for Windows, for Ubuntu and Mac. So that's why I'm asking you to download Git Bash. If you want to go to different drives, we can discuss after the session then. Sure, I'll help you out after the session.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, any other doubts? Somebody who is not, getting the gist of it?
No, sir, clear.
Clear, everyone?
Yes, Harshil.
Can you told it one more time?
Okay, I'll
Sir?
Yeah.
Every folder slash is very important. Is gen/5.
Yeah. So should I explain it again?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll explain again. So let's say if I want to list the contents in gen directory, right? So I will say gen like this. Okay, there's a file there, right? And if I let's if I do ls, then it lists all the directories and contents in the current directory. That's the attenue. So attenue has a directory called gen and also has a file called test, right? And gen directory has a directory called file. Inside this there is a file called some nodes. Okay, this is a structure right now. So if I do ls right now, then I get gen and test, right? Because this is the directory or the contents in the current location, that is the attenue. If I do ls gen, right, then I get file, because there is a directory called file inside gen. Got it? So ls and then you say gen. Can anybody tell me, okay, what is this gen called in computer terminology?
Directory.
Yeah, directory, exactly. But in terms of command, so what is this in the command?
The command says to list January.
Exactly. Okay, so this thing I'll tell you, this thing is called command arguments. Okay, so ls is the command. See, gen can be anything. If I say ls gen comma 5, then it will list all the directories and file in the 5 folder. That is some nodes, right? So this can change, but this will never change, right? So every command in terminal, there are two parts. First is the command, actual command, and second is the argument. So this is the argument you are giving to the command. So you're telling that, okay, ls, please show me what are the list and what are the contents of the gen directory. And here you're telling that, okay, ls, please tell me what are the contents in the gen/file directory. So even essentially, what are the contents in the file directory? Right? Yeah. Any doubts?
No,
No,
Harshil.
sir, clear, sir.
Okay, perfect. Let's move on to some more commands here. Okay. So yeah, ls is there. Now let's do one thing. So we are in Attenue right now, right? Okay. If I want to know the path, does anybody know what is the command to know the path?
Sir, PWD, sir, present working directory.
Perfect. Okay. So there is another command that is called PWD, right? The abbreviation and the name is very simple here. So PW is called present working directory. If I am in any directory right now, and if I want to know, okay, what is the current directory I am in right now, right? Then I would just say PWD here. If I type PWD and execute, then I get all the entire path of the current directory. So I am in users. This is the root directory. This is Harshil, and my name, and then the desktop, and then Attenue. This is our current directory. Got it?
Yes, understood.
Any doubts?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Perfect. So yeah, once again, present working directory, PWD, to get to know what is the current directory which we are in right now. Okay. Yeah, let's move on to the next command here. That is called CD. Can anybody guess what should be the full form of CD here?
Change
Directory.
Change directory, sir.
Change directory.
Change directory. Perfect. Okay. Okay. So change directory is there. Now there are, see, in there can be different kind of commands, and some commands they accept arguments, some commands arguments are optional. So in the case of ls, if you see, right, if you're just running ls, it will work fine. If you're running with an argument, it will also work fine. But cd is such a command where if you don't provide argument, right, it will throw an error, right? I'll tell you why. So change directory, what it does is that, let's say if you're in a particular directory, if you want to go to some other directory, right? If you want to change your current directory from Attenue, let's say if I want to go to Gen directory, or if I want to go to file, right? Then I can just say, okay, change directory to this file through this command, right? Now, let's say if I type, just let's for curiosity, let's type cd here. Okay. So I'm not doing anything, just typing cd here, right? So what it does is that cd, when you don't give any kind of argument, it will go directly to the root directory. That is your home directory. That is my home directory. Okay. And then let's do desktop and then Attenue, right? Okay. So this is the behavior of the cd. Now let's say if I am in Attenue right now, okay, I would say cd change directory to January. And after that I'll write PWD. Now I am inside the Gen directory. Everybody can see that, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So what we have done here is that we have said, okay, cd gen, and then it went from Attenue, that was our current directory, to Gen directory. I can do similarly cd, let's say file, right? And if I say PWD, I am in the 5th directory now, inside Gen, which is inside Attenue. Okay. Got it?
Can you repeat it again, sir?
Sure. So let's say let's go to the ignore everything. Let's go to the Attenue directory. Now I'm writing PWD here, right? So as we discussed already, PW is present working directory. So we are right now in the Attenue directory, right?
Yes.
Perfect. So let's say if I do cd, that is change, I tell the operating system, please change my current directory, cd change directory to Gen directory. So I would say cd gen. That's all, nothing else. And if I do now PWD to know my current directory, I will write the PWD command. So it will say I am inside the Gen directory, which is inside Attenue directory. Got it?
Got it, sir.
Yes, got it.
Perfect. Now let's say if I want to go to 5th directory. for example, then I would say cd 5, right? And if I say enter, right, and after that I'm in the fifth directory. To know that if I whether I'm in the fifth directory or not, I will do pwd. All right. So inside desktop, inside attenue, gen, and then file. So we are in the fifth directory right now. If I do ls here, then I'll get some nodes. Yeah, got it?
Yes, sir, got it.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now let's think about a problem here right now, right? So let's say if I want to go inside gen directory again, right? Gen directory. So I am in the fifth directory right now, and I want to go in the gen directory, right? Can I do cd and do something? I cannot do, right? Because it is just giving me some file. So there is only one file. There's some nodes inside here, right? Can anybody answer me? It's a very good question. So if anybody can answer me.
So you can do
repeat the
cd
question?
dot dot.
No. Forget about dot dot. So I mean, just in terms of the path.
Okay.
Could you repeat the question, please?
Yeah. If I
cd gen.
Yeah, I am in the fifth directory right now. Okay, and fifth directory is inside the gen directory. I want to go inside the gen directory from fifth directory.
Sir, cd dot.
CD
C-
Jan.
You can directly
CD
do
Jan.
cd gen.
Yeah. What I'm looking for is whatever I have taught till now. I'm just looking answers from that. So whatever taught till now, what are the commands we have covered till now? So we have covered ls, lsdir, pwd, cd is also covered. So what we can do here?
Sir, pwd double dot.
CD Jan.
cd gen. If I write, okay, I'll try it out. cd gen, no such file or directory, because our current directory, if you see,
It can be ls gen, sir.
ls gen, sure. ls, okay. What does ls does?
It shows the listed completely the.
Yeah, but we want to move inside the current directory, right? We want to move inside the gen directory.
So you can try cd and the whole path.
Perfect, very good. So you can try the cd and the entire path here. So from the root, or if you are using Windows, and from the drive to the entire path, if I write here, let's say, this like this. So I'm in the
Can we also write cd dot dot?
Yeah, I'll be covering later. So I just wanted to explain right now. You can put the entire path in the argument also, and it will go to that particular folder, right? Got it?
Understood.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So you can put the entire path itself, and it will go to the folder. Now let's say we want. So what we have done is that we have copy pasted the entire gen path, and we have pasted it, and we have say cd, then this path. If I cannot, there are some terminals where you cannot copy also. There are some versions of terminal, right? Previous versions you cannot copy, right? There are previous version in terminal you cannot even copy or do paste, or there are a lot of hindrance was there. So you need to write the entire path yourself, saying that root path and then this and this directory, just to go to the directory above your directory, right? So that's why we have the cd command also support something called dot dot. So you can go to your previous directory from your current directory. So let's say if we go to current fifth directory again, cd5. Okay, so right now our present working directory is fifth, right? If I do cd and / dot dot, right? What happens is that I am in the gen directory now. Got it? What cd dot dot does is that it will go to the parent directory.
One step back.
One step back, exactly.
So we can use cd minus also.
Yep. No, I think it doesn't work.
It's working in Windows.
Yeah, Windows. So we'll only discuss for terminal right now. For Windows, you can use if you can use Git bash, you can use that one, right? So we are only discussing. If you have any doubts regarding Windows commands, you can contact me after the session. I'll be hosting some doubt sessions after the session is done. We can discuss that. Okay. Cool. So let's Yeah. So cd and dot dot. So I am currently in the fifth directory. If I do cd slash slash dot dot, sorry, I'll go to the gen directory. And if I again do cd dot dot, I'll go to the attenuate directory. Right? Everybody's saying that, right?
Yes, understood.
Perfect. Anybody has any doubts here?
No, sir.
Okay, perfect. I mean, even if it's a very simple thing, you can ask any kind of question if you want to. So I need more questions, more doubts from you. So anything you can think of, please don't hesitate to ask.
Sir, what does cat do, sir? Actually, one of the student I have said that cat. So I didn't understand what does cat particularly do in JITBAS.
Okay, we will discuss this later. Man, other commands you can ask after this session. Okay. Yeah, some student has mentioned cat also, so we can discuss that later. Any other commands related to this? Any other questions related to this commands?
No.
Sir, can you change like the directory?
Yeah.
Can you do it now, sir? Just I want to see.
No, sorry. Can you repeat the question, please?
Can you do it now, sir? That change some C drive to D drive or D directory drive from here.
Yeah, we can do that here, but that we can do in Windows, because in Unix there are no drive concept here. So if you see there is, if I write the complete path of the current directory, for example, pwd, right? Then it start with users, Herschel, then whatever the folders are, right? Directories are. So there is no concept of drives in Mac and in Ubuntu. So drives are only exist in Windows. So we can discuss that later.
So how to get those files here, sir?
How to get those
files? Like you right now you're in Attain. So I want to मुझे दूसरे ड्राइव से अगर लेना है तो इसमें तो ड्राइव का कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं है, तो मुझे दूसरे ड्राइव से लेना है तो कैसे वो कमांड कैसे यूज कर सकते हैं?
Yeah, these are advanced commands. So we will discuss everything after the session. If you have doubts like this, we can discuss after the session. Right now, if you have any doubts in these commands, you can tell me. Okay. Cool. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, so we did something like cd and then dot dot to move to the parent directory, right? So if I do cd here, then I'm in the home directory, that is the desktop, and then I will do cd attenuate again. So I'll be in the attenuate directory, right? And yeah. So let's say if I move to gen directory, and again from gen directory I move to the fifth directory, right? So and then let's say let's say if I want to move from fifth directory to the attenuate directly.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. So let's say if the fifth directory is also, yeah, you can ask the question.
Sir, we can use cd minus also, sir, for going forward, no?
Yeah, you can use that. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, from this directory, the question here is now I am in the fifth directory now, right? So let's say from the fifth directory, if I want to go to the desktop, right? So if from the fifth directory, if I want to go to the desktop, understand this question again. I'm not going to gen or attenuate or wherever. I want to go to the desktop here, right? Or if I, let's say I want to go to attenuate, desktop attenuate. I don't want to go to gen. I want to skip it.
cd dot dot slash dot dot.
Perfect. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, correct. So I'll explain what is that. So if I do cd dot dot, right, what happens is that now I'm in the gen directory. Current directory is 5. Now I'm in the gen directory. If I do slash, now I am in the gen directory now. So this path, this slash, consists of whatever is in the gen directory, right? If I do dot dot again, understand this concept very clearly, guys. So if I do dot dot again, then from the gen, it again goes to attenuate directory, right? Now this directory, whatever I'm trying to access anything through slash, is now the attenuate directory. Now if I do dot dot again here, right? So which directory it will go into?
Desktop.
Desktop. Perfect. So if I just say enter, right, and if I do pwd present working directory, it is desktop. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll cover once again. So let me explain once again here. So let's say we go to Atenu again, and then we go to Jan again, and then we go to fifth directory again. So we are changing to the fifth directory now. So our present working directory is fifth, right? If I want to move to Jan directory, I'll do cd dot dot, right? It will go to the Jan directory. Now our current directory is fifth. I again move to the fifth directory. Now let's say if I want to go to the Atenu directory. So once I'm doing cd dot dot, I am right now in the January directory. Then after that, I'll do slash and then do again dot dot. Right. So what does this mean? That once I do dot dot here, so I am in the parent directory. There is a Jan directory. After that, inside the Jan directory, I will do dot dot again. So this dot dot again will take me into the Atenu directory. pwd, what is the current directory after this command is executed? It is Atenu. Okay, any questions here?
Understood.
Clear, sir.
Okay, please guys, this is a very tricky concept, and
Sir, please make sir a note also in writing. That notepad.
Yeah, you want notes here.
Like ls is equal to list, or it's working like something.
Okay, sure, I'll do it.
Okay.
Oh,
actually like running notes, sir.
Okay, so guys, please be ready for another MCQ. Okay, so yeah, I'll be adding the option. We'll get MCQs within some time. Yeah, guys, I've given one more MCQ here. Please let me know. Guys, participation in the MCQs will be counted towards your attendance. So please attempt the MCQ. Refresh your screen just to get the MCQ there.
Sir, how do you know if our attendance will be marked?
Sorry?
Sir, is there any confirmation message that our attendance is marked?
Yeah, I'll let you know after the session.
Okay.
I tried using the cd dot dot feature on git bash here. It took me to the root. Now when I want to go back to the folder that I was actually in, it says no file or directory, no such file or directory. When I do the cd and the file name, it's not taking me there.
Can you do? Oh, we can discuss this after the session.
Okay, sure, no problem.
Okay, guys, 1 minute left for the MCQ. Please attempt it. Okay, guys. So yeah, let's move ahead. I guess people who have problems submitting the MCQs, you can wait after the session. We can discuss them. Okay. Okay, so people who want to take the notes also, you can take the notes here. So I've written all the okay, cool. So yeah, PWD we have covered, CD// we have covered. Okay, let's discuss something else. So when we do CD, let's say let me go to the gen directory and then do this PWD. Okay, so when we do CD dot dot, right, what happens here is that we are taken to the parent directory, that is the attenuate directory, right? Now let's say if I do CD dot here. Okay, so what will happen? Can anybody guess here?
Current
directory.
Current, perfect. Yeah. So I mean, what will happen here?
It will stay in the same directory, maybe.
Nothing will happen.
Nothing will happen. Perfect. So here, this is the thing. So see, I'll explain what we're trying to do. So CD, when you do dot, right? Dot means current directory. That is the this is my name here, right? So this is the current directory right now. So if you do, let's for example PWD here, I'm in the gen directory. So if I do CD dot, right, dot means the current directory. And if I do CD, that is changed to the current directory, I'm already in the current directory, so I cannot change anything. So if I do CD dot here and do PWD, nothing will happen. Right. But if I do CD dot dot, then
move to previous.
What will happen here?
We will move to previous folder.
Previous folder. Perfect.
It
so
will
now,
go to attenuate.
Perfect. It will go to the attenuate directory. So remember this, guys. Dot and double dot, right? They have very special meaning in file structure and terminology. So dot means current directory.
Dot is for current directory, na?
Yes, current directory. If I do ls, then let's say if I'm let's say my home folder, right? If I do ls attenuate, I think I'm in attenuate. Yeah, sorry, I'm in attenuate. If I do, let's say ls gen, right, then it will give me 5 because 5th directory is inside the gen directory. But if I do ls and then dot, then it will give me gen and test, right? Because gen is also and test is also there inside our current directory. That is the attenuate. Got the point?
Yes. Can you please repeat that one more time?
Sure. Okay, so if I do, let's say my current directory right now is attenuate. Okay, let me just show you in the folder structure. See, attenuate is a directory right now, and I'm in the gen. Gen also has a 5th directory, and then there are some nodes here, right? So on 5th of January, we had done some nodes here, and there's also test files here inside the attenuate, right? Some test file.
Okay.
Now, this is our folder structure or directory structure. Now, let's say if I do PWD, I'm in the attenuate right now. And after that, if let's say I do ls and then gen, for example, right? So in the folder, if you see inside the gen, there is only 5th directory, right? So ls gen, it goes to 5th.
Understood now.
Understood. Now, if I do ls and say dot, for example, that is the current directory. Dot is the symbol for current directory. Okay. So if I do ls dot, it goes to gen and test. Now current directory, if you just type pwd, you will see it is attenuate right now. Let's go to the attenuate folder here. Inside the attenue folder, there is Jan and there is test. So that's we are getting here, Jan and test.
Okay, understood.
Got it? Yeah. Cool. So I'll write it down for your notes also. It's a very important thing. So dot, I'll write in double quotes. Dot is basically a special keyword reserved for, special word reserved for, special symbol for current directory. And
Sir, can you told one more time for LSDIR?
sure, I'll do it. Do you want me to explain again or write?
Sir, explain.
Sure, I'll do it. Okay, so you understand the concept of current directory, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so current directory right now is attenue. Let's say if we do, ls, and then I'll say dot. For example, I'll just type ls right now, right? So what it does is that it gives Jan and test. So what it did? What did the command do right now?
It's the files in the attenue.
Attenue. Perfect. Now let's say if I want to know the files inside the Jan folder, right? So as we already discussed, there is a command called cd chain directory. It's called cd. So if I want to know the files in Jan folder, then I have to go to cd Jan, right? And then write the command ls again. Then I will get, okay, file is inside the Jan. There is a 5th of January, right? But let's say, is there any other easy way to do it, right? So let's go to the attenue directory again. So current directory is attenue right now. If I do ls here, I get Jan and test. Test is a file, as we have seen in the folder, and Jan is a directory. Now, if we do ls and give the directory name, it can be a complete path, it can be the directory name inside the current directory, it can be, yeah, so there can be two things. It can be complete path, or it can be a current directory, whatever folders are in the current directory. So let's say if I say Jan, right? If I run this command, that is ls and dir. So if you understand, this is the dir part here. Get it? You asked me the question, right? You got the part?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this is the dir part here, Jan. This is the current directory. So if I say ls Jan, then it will show me the files of Jan directory.
Okay, sir, got it.
Got it? Perfect.
Yes,
and if I want to, you can have the path also. So for example, if I do say Jan and /5, then it will show me the contents of 5. That is some nodes. I will show you in the folder. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So yeah, so there are two special things to understand here. Two special symbols. Dot is for current directory, and double dot is for parent directory. If I do, let's say ls dot, then it will list all the files in the current directory. That is the attenue. So there is Jan and test, right? If I do ls, let's say for example, if I go to Jan directory, right? And if I do ls and then do dot dot, can you tell me what it will show here? What will be the output of this command ls dot dot?
Inside the Jan,
sir.
it will show
Okay.
the files inside Jan.
Okay. Let's say current directory is Jan right now. PWD. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah. If I do ls dot dot, what will happen?
It will show the files inside attenue.
Perfect. So what it is saying that, hey, please list all the contents and directories inside dot dot. Now what is dot dot? Dot dot we already said is the parent directory. What is the current directory right now? January. What is the parent directory of January? Attenue. So it will list all the files in the attenue directory, right? And if I click ls dot dot, it will say January and test. That is inside attenue, January and test. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, so this is the command to take. So we have like covered this commands till now. So this is the ls command to list the files. I'll revise once again. Ls command is to list all the files and directories. Lsdir is command to list the file in the particular directory. Directory can be a path or inside the current directory, or it can be a complete path of the file or the directory. Then pwd, it shows the complete path of the current directory. We already used this command many times. I hope it is clear that cd is current directory, sorry, chain directory. Have written right. CD is chain directory, and then you can say right chain directory to dir. Okay, so cd will change your current directory to whatever directory you are. Cd will not do anything. There are like see in my computer right now, what it's doing is when I just type cd, it will go to the home folder. In your Windows, if you're typing cd or in git bash, it will go to the drive, right? If you do, there might be some other terminals where something else might happen. So it is a terminal specific behavior, but cd dir will always be same for everyone. Cd dir means that it will change the directory to whatever directory you are specifying. Very similar to lsdir, right? So both the arguments dir is the directory path. Okay, now we have covered this commands. You can take the notes if you want. I'll keep it like for 1-2 minutes here, then we'll move on to the next command. Okay, everybody's clear on these commands?
Yes,
Yes.
clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, any doubts? Just let me know if you have any doubts right now. But the people who have doubts, just raise your hand. You can ask the question. Guys, any doubts? People who have doubts, you can ask the question right now, because we'll move on to the next command then.
No, sir, no doubt.
No, sir. No, sir. No doubt.
Yep. Okay. Clear. Perfect. Now let's move on to another command, right? Okay. So let's say if I want to, let's say after this, I have written something in January, right? And there are some notes inside the January, right? And if let's say I want to go to I want to write something in for February 4th, for example, right? Then what should I do here? Can anyone tell me what should I do here?
Sir, can you repeat the question, please?
Sure. So right now there are some notes we have written on January 5th.
Create a folder, sir.
Okay, I'm repeating the question. So we have written something in January 5th. There is some notes here. Now let's say if I want to write something in February 4th, for example.
We need to create a new folder. Sir.
Perfect. Create a new folder called, what should be the name of the folder?
February.
Perfect. Right. And then let's say what should I do here?
Again, new folder.
New folder. What should be the name of the folder?
Date, any date.
6.
Guys, please guys. 4th here, right? We want to write something in the 4th February, right? So we say 4th. We create a Feb folder. Inside the Feb folder, we create another folder called 4th. Inside that, we can write some notes, right? So this is I have the folder tool, right, to create all these directories here. So I created a February directory. Inside that 4th directory, and then there's something I can write if I want to, right? Now let's say, can we do this through terminal. So that is the problem now. Okay. So yeah, we can do that with terminal. There is a
Yes, sir.
command
MKDIR.
Yeah, exactly. There is a command called mkdir through which you can do this through terminal also. Okay. So I'll first explain. Okay, let's say now let's do some experiment. Let's see what is the structure right now. Okay, so we are in the Atenu right now. Our directory content is Atenu, right? And if I do, let's say, ls here, then I get February, January, and test. And then if I do ls, then Feb, what should I get here?
4.
Perfect. I should get 4 here, right? So this is the whole structure defined. Now let's go back to Atenu again. So we are in the Atenu, I think. Yeah, we are in the Atenu. These are the current directories and files. Gen and Feb is that, test is all. Let me just remove the test, not needed. Okay. Feb, Gen, and if I do now ls here, it will be Feb and January, right? Now let's say if I want to write something in in March of 6th, for example. So there is one command inside in terminal that is known as mkdir, right? So if you see, all the commands are very simple and very understandable. If you see mkdir, make, how to read this? Make directory. Right? Make a directory, create a directory. That is the meaning of this command. Got it? mkdir, right? And it also takes the name of the directory which you wanted to create. So directory name. Okay, guys. Now let's see that command in action now. So if I let's say mkdir and then the directory name. So what directory we need to create now?
March.
March. Perfect. Everybody's with this. I mean, everybody's understanding this, or guys, you need to be very proactive and you need to ask questions. This is very important. This is your first session, so you should be asking a lot of questions here. Okay. So if I do mkdir march, right? It will now it has created the directory called March. If I do ls, then there's January, February, and March here, right? Okay. Can anybody tell me? Okay, if I do mkdir without any argument, without the directory name, right? What will happen?
There's nothing, sir.
Huh?
It will make a new folder without any name.
But you are using computer, right? So have you ever tried creating a new folder without a name, new folder or new file or anything without a name? Is it possible? I mean, how do you see that file?
I
No,
think
it's
it
not
won't
possible,
create
sir.
anything. It will show an error because we are not passing the second argument there. We are
Exactly,
showing
sir.
it
It shows nothing, sir.
mkdir.
Perfect. So that is the answer here. So I mentioned somewhere before in the session, right? So there are some commands which requires an argument, which is required. And there are some commands which you don't pass an argument, you pass an argument, it is an optional argument, right? So this is the thing. So some commands accept the argument, some commands, let's say, okay, we will work without the arguments. So ls is one command, cd is one command, which works without any kind of arguments. If you provide the arguments, it will work according to the whatever the argument is provided. mkdir is such a command which will not work without any argument, right? So ignore this pv minus m mode part right now. Ignore everything right now. Just focus on mkdir and directory, right? So what it is saying is that you have to use it in this manner: mkdir and the directory name. So if you use mkdir without the name, it will not work, right? So let's say we have created mkdir and then March. right? If I do mkdir March, what will happen?
Create a
Again, new
folder
folder.
of name March.
We are right now in the attain new folder, right? I did ls and it showed me Feb, Jan, March.
No, sir, it doesn't. It won't create anything, sir. It already we have March, sir. So it shows.
See, mkdir March file already exists. We cannot create. Got it?
Yes, understood.
Perfect. So let's say, let's go into the March directory, right? Now our task was to write some notes on 6th of March. Okay, so we go cd March and then let's clear pwd. It is a March directory. There is nothing inside March right now. If I do ls, then it will show nothing, right? Now, what we need to do, our task on hand is to create some nodes on 6th of March, right? So can you tell me what is the command I would use?
mkdir 6.
Perfect. Everybody understood this command?
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Yes, yes.
So mkdir 6, right? And then if I do ls here, then I get 6 here, right? So I can write anything on 6th of March through this method. So mkdir, the command is used to create the directory. Mkdir will not work without the directory name. It will fail. Very important to understand. Okay. Now let's say if I want to write something on 7th of March, right? Everybody's with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
I want to write on 7th of March, but I don't want to show anybody. I don't want to show it to anybody. So if somebody is
dot file, sir.
Yeah, exactly. So if I want, if I'm going to the folder, let's say for example, if I'm going to the folder right now, right? And if I'm going to the 6th, I can see whatever the notes will be written in 6th, right? But I want to write something on 7th of March, which I don't want anyone to see, for example. So does anybody know what should we do now?
Dot should keep a dot. mkdir dot.
Sir, first of all, we need to make folder 7 and then after we make dot files.
Sorry. Guys, one by one, please. This is a very, I'm happy that people are interacting and I'm very excited to see people are
Sir,
interacting. But
first
yeah,
of all, we have to make one folder that is 7 and then after in that we write that file by writing dot first and then file name.
Okay, let's do one thing. So let's say if I create a folder, right? mkdir, right? And then I say 8, for example, right now. What it will do, it will create an 8 directory, right? 6 and 8, right? Now, if I, so you're saying if then we need to go to the 8 directory, right? And then we need to write something here, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
But if I open the folder directory, listen, if I open the March directory, then I'm seeing the 8. Even the nodes are not there, that's fine. But it shows that, okay, somebody has written something on 8.
Sir, we can see only folder and in that we can write that file naming dot txt dot something dot avc dot txt or something.
Okay. That is one of the way to do. But I don't want to even people to know that I have written something on it or I have tried something.
Then we should write mkdir dot 8.
Dot 8, right? So let's say if we are trying to find something, we are trying to hide something we have written on 7th of March, right? So guys, clearly, just pay your attention here. So what I'm doing, mkdir dot, and then I'm writing 7, right? And I'm executing it right now. Enter, right? If I do ls, right? Okay. So sorry, I am in E directory. I was not in the correct directory. Sorry. pwd. I am in the March right now, and let's do mkd pwd in the March directory mkdir dot 8. Sorry, dot 7. We are trying to hide something on 7th of March. If I enter, right? And if I do ls, where is the 7 here?
Hidden, sir.
Sir, 7 is
Exactly.
hidden.
So yeah, so this is another syntax where wherever you put dot in front of any directory name, right, it will be hidden here. Okay, so that is the one way to hide the directory. Okay, so if I say, let's go to the Ateneo directory now. We are in the Ateneo. If I do mkdir, then dot hidden, let's say for example, and if I enter, and okay, hidden, there's some nobody should see, and then if I do ls, then it will not be there, right? Let's go to the folder structure. Inside Ateneo, January is there, March is there, February is there. Nobody should see is not there, right? March, inside March, if you go, there is no 7th. We have written something on 7, but nobody knows here from the folder structure, right? Got it? So mkdir, I'll write the notes also here so people can, create notes. mkdir dot, then directory name creates a hidden directory with directory name in the current directory. Okay, so this is what the command does.
Sir.
Yeah.
जो आपने यहाँ पे nobody के बाद इस अंडरस्कोर डाला है, उसके स्पेस यूज हो सकता है उसमें?
No,
अंडरस्कोर ही डालना है?
no, space you cannot, space आप यूज नहीं कर सकते because Linux में, Ubuntu में, Mac में आप space, Windows में भी शायद ये आप Windows में शायद बना सकते हो आप, but space यूज करना है आपको, उसके लिए स्पेशल आपको कुछ ट्रिक करना पड़ता है, right? So if I मैं आपको बताता हूँ, let's say if हम इसमें जाते हैं Ateneo में, ठीक है, हम जाके यहाँ पे बोलते हैं नया फोल्डर बनाना है हमें, so we will say new and then space and then folder, right? Yeah, we can create it, but through terminal, if you say, in let's say we are in Ateneo, and if I say mkdir, right, and then we'll say let's say 1 and 2, space 1 and 2, right? What happened? It created two directories, 1 and 2, right? Got it? It didn't create one space.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, it created two directories at the same time.
Exactly. You can give multiple arguments, it will create multiple directories, right? So this is the problem here. To make a new folder with space inside the name, there is another trick which we'll cover in later sessions. It's not for this session. Okay. Or maybe after the session, if you're interested, after the session, you can wait and we can discuss that.
Sure. Thank you.
I have a question, like how can we unhide the hidden directory just in case if we forgot and we want it back?
Cool. I will come to that. Yeah.
Okay.
So before that, it's time for another MCQ, I think. So guys, be ready for another MCQ here. Okay, guys, I have submitted the MCQ. It should be in your session window. Please refresh it to see the question. You have 4 minutes to answer the question. Please to attempt the question. Guys, once again, please refresh the session window to see the question.
So have you given another question?
No, same question. So only after we stop the session, only one question I'm given. I can see 25 people have attended, attempted the question. There are 26 participants. So if somebody is, having any issues in attempting, you can just contact me after the session. We can discuss that. Okay, cool. Let's start with the next part now. So yeah, somebody did ask some interesting question, right? So how to unhide? Yeah. Let's go. Okay, let's go with the flow now. So we first of all to unhide, first of all to know to even unhide the folder, right? We need to know that okay, does this folder exist or not first of all, right? Make sense or not? If there's a hidden folder inside the current directory, first of all I need to know okay, are there any hidden folders in the current directory or not? Right, then only I can unhide or maybe delete it or maybe do anything, maybe list the files inside the hidden folder maybe. But first of all I need to know okay, is there any hidden folder inside there or not?
ls minus a.
ls minus a. Perfect. So what does it do?
It will
Shows
list all the hidden
in the folder.
All the hidden folder, all hidden folder
hidden
in
and
that
The
directory.
particular
I want very guys, I want very accurate answer. So think through your answer, take your time and then answer the question. What does ls minus a do?
it will show all hidden and all files, all directories.
on a particular folder.
Perfect. So that is the answer to the question. So what ls minus it does is that it will show all the hidden plus non-hidden folders in the directory, right? So dot is there, dot hidden is there, gen is there, dot is there, right? Nobody should see is there, march is there, and then sorry, dot dso. Forget about this. DSO is very specific to Mac, so you can ignore that. But if you can somebody see very special folders which we already discussed? There are two directories, two folders here, which are very special. We already discussed what does it mean, right?
Yeah, current and
parent redirect.
Current and parent directory. Cool. So yeah, this is the this directory are by default hidden. That means that it is. So let's say if I am doing ls, right, and dot dot, right. So how does it know that I need to go to the parent directory, right? So it has to be there inside the current folder first of all, right? That is our main discussion regarding the ls command. What ls does is that when you do ls and then the directory name, it will look in the current directory. Okay, is this dot dot there in the current directory or not? Right, and then if it is there, then go to the directory. Now dot dot, we know that special meaning is that go to the parent directory. So it will have the path of the parent directory, right? And it will go to the parent directory. Similarly, dot dot, if you do ls dot, that means that it will look for the current directory. That is the Feb Gen March. Now minus a option, this is called options here. These are not arguments, guys. You need to understand it very clearly, right? Minus a is an option. So you have an option to show hidden files, and minus a does that. Got it?
Yes, got it.
It's flags, I think so.
Okay, so if I do ls minus a, now minus a is an option. It is not an argument, right? And if I do march is an argument to the command ls. So can anybody tell me what it will show? What are the kind of directories it will show? You don't have to tell me all the directories, but the important ones. So what do you create in march?
All the files in the March.
All the files in the march, right? Right. So we have created hidden folder that is not 7, right?
Yes.
Remember? Then 6 is there, and then 8 and 6 is visible to everyone. Dot is also there. So every directory also has a special directory, special two directories. That is called the current directory and the parent directory. This is dot dot. Right. If I do ls just march 6 and 8, hiddens are not shown.
Got it.
Got it?
Yeah,
Any
clear.
questions, guys? Any questions here?
No, sir.
Minus a once repeat, sir. One time, so minus a.
Sorry?
Sir.
Okay, cool. Okay, minus a, yeah, I mean, I think you understood it now. Okay, minus a option is there to show.
Repeat it again, sir.
Sure. Okay, so we are right now in the, I'll explain once again here. We are right now in the Attenue directory, right? Now, if you go to the folder here, inside Attenue, January is there, March is there, February is there, right? And we want to know, are there any hidden files in the folder or not in the directory, current directory? So if I do ls minus a, there is an option. This option tells that, show me the hidden files also, right? And if I do dot, then it will show me all the hidden files plus all the non-hidden files, both of them in the folder. So dot is there, dot is there, dot hidden, we have created file. January we have created, which is not hidden. Dot nobody should see, we already created, if you remember in the previous session, in the previous time. So these are the kind of folders we have created. This list includes all the hidden folders and also non-hidden folders. If I do just ls dot, right, then it just shows February, January, March. So if you see, there is no dot in front of them.
Yeah, these are not hidden.
These are not hidden, right? So this is the thing here. So dot minus a is an option. Is an option given to you to tell the ls command, say I want something which is hidden also. I want to see something which is hidden also, and it will show you that, right? We wanted our task one. So let's move on to the March directory. We wanted to do something where we want to hide the whatever we're writing on 7th of March from people. So if people are going, let's say some user is there, right? He is going to the terminal and he is going to March. Hey, there is nothing written on 7th of March, right? He or she will not be able to see it because we have hidden it. But if as a programmer, as a software engineer, if you want to see, okay, what is hidden there inside the March directory, then you do minus a. As we are in the March directory, we will use current directory and then got all the folders. That is the 7th. So there is some nodes there in the 7th of March also, which is hidden from the users.
सर ये जो डॉट और डॉट डॉट है उसका अभी यूज किया सर, उसका क्यों शो हो रहा है इसमें?
शो ओके, सो ये जो डायरेक्टरीज है डॉट एंड डॉट डॉट, दिस आर डायरेक्टरीज विच आर ऑलरेडी स्पेशल डायरेक्टरीज एंड ऑलरेडी हिडन. सो हर कोई डायरेक्टरी मार्च ले लो आप, सी लेट्स गो टू द February डायरेक्टरी, राइट? So if I do cd / and cd feb here, right? And if I do -a dot, that is what is there in the feb directory, right? Then it will show dot dot dot, and that's all. We have and then fourth, we have written something on fourth, right? So ये dot और dot dot ये दोनों डायरेक्टरी हर कोई डायरेक्टरी में होगा. These are like hidden.
Dot डिफॉल्ट में होगा बस.
डिफॉल्ट बाय डिफॉल्ट होगा ये. कोई भी डायरेक्टरी क्रिएट कर लो. फॉर एग्जांपल इफ आई गो टू लेट्स से attain you, and then if I create mkdir new directory, and that is called July, for example. If I go to July again inside July, right, and if I do ls -a dot here, right, अगर मैं ये करूंगा, so what will happen is that it will show dot and dot dot because July is empty, but this special directory, that is the current directory, and dot dot is already created by default.
उसका मुझे हमको यूज कुछ नहीं करना, बस डिफॉल्ट में रहता है. बस
डिफॉल्ट में रहता है. सो या डिफॉल्ट में रहता है. अभी एक आगे एक और कमांड आएगा, मैं आपको बताऊंगा क्या होता है उससे. ठीक है?
ओके
ओके, आप समझ गए ना इतना डॉट एंड डॉट डॉट का मीनिंग क्या है? डिफॉल्ट क्रिएट हो जाता है, आपको कुछ करना नहीं है. एंड इस आगे डॉट है दोनों की. ठीक है, आप देखोगे आगे डॉट है, तो दैट्स व्हाई दे आर हिडन.
ओके,
परफेक्ट. नाउ लेट्स से you have done this, and then you want to go to the some notes, for example. So you go to the January notes, for example, and then you go to particular date which you are trying to write. So you go cd5, right, and then you do ls, right, and then there is some notes we already written this file, right? So yeah, so now the task on hand is that I have written some notes here, but I want to delete it now.
RM minus R, sir.
RM minus R.
Exactly. So there is a command called rm, where from which you can delete the folder or file, right? Now there is an interesting thing. So first of all, let me write the notes for people who are taking the notes. So the new command we discuss is ls -a, and then directory. So I would just write here optional. Guys, you understand this optional, right? I don't need to write elaborate again here, guys.
Yes, understood.
Yes, yes, clear.
Yeah, optional means that either you can provide the directory name or you cannot provide the directory name. It's up to you. Okay, list all the files, including hidden files, in dir. Okay, so this is the command we already discussed. Now yeah, so we are discussing something. We were discussing that okay, I want to delete the notes which you have written on the file. So there's a command in terminal that is called rm command, right? So yeah, the abbreviation is a bit difficult. I mean, it's different. You will be thinking, okay, what is rm now? Because rm is remove, and then there is no file. So rm is just remove here, right? Rm remove. Understood that rm is remove. You can delete files, so you can delete directories also through this. So let's say our current notes are some notes here. If I do rm some underscore notes, right, what happened? rs got deleted, right? Let's go to the folder here now. So we were trying to delete or clear notes we have written on 5th of January. If you go to the 5th, there is nothing there, right? And I can create that is a different command. Okay, so this is one way to delete a file. So rm is the command and the file name. This is the command to delete a file.
Sir, in Windows, RM doesn't work, sir.
Yeah,
We have to
Windows
use RM minus
so,
also.
so yeah, so guys, as I said many times in the session, right? So Windows commands are different. Everything is different in Windows compared to Linux, and Mac is a Ubuntu Linux-based system. Mac was written on top of Linux. So there was something modified in the Linux, and they've created Mac through that, right? So Mac is different from Windows. Ubuntu is different from Windows, but Mac and Ubuntu are very similar. So if possible, in the future sessions also, if you can get a Ubuntu kind of an OS to work with, that would be great. Or else you can use Git Bash for executing all the commands, because in this session we'll be covering only Ubuntu based and Linux based commands. Got it?
Even in Git Bash, RM doesn't work, sir. We have to use RM minus R, sir.
Git Bash, let me just check. Yeah. I think Git Bash it is different. We can discuss. I think after the session, just ping me after the session. We can discuss that. Okay. Yeah, I mean there will be some differences here and there, because see what happened in Git Bash is that this is another software which is running on Windows, which is trying to emulate Linux.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So there will be some differences here and there, but most of the commands will work there. Okay. So yeah, I will discuss after the session for RM. So RM file name, delete a file with a particular file name. Now there is another thing here. Now these are for files, right? Now this RM doesn't say, okay, remove file or remove directory or whatever, right? So the name, if you see the name RM, just remove something, right? No file, no directory, it doesn't know, right? Now, if let's say I want to, do something where I'm removing the nodes, the folder itself, the fifth directory, I want to remove. I don't want to know anyone. I don't want anyone to know that I've written something on fifth. Getting the point? So what should I do here? RM and then
minus R.
Yeah, I mean, let's say if I do RM5, what will happen?
It removes the
will
files.
happen. It's a file. It's a directory. So nothing will happen, I guess.
Yeah, nothing will happen. Correct. Right? Because RM by default, it assumes that it is a file. It is not a directory. So if I do RM and then do minus R, right? And then I do F, sorry, 5. And I do ls now. So it is removed. So minus R option says that please remove the fifth directory from the current directory. Right. If you don't provide minus R, RM command will assume that it is a file. So fifth is a file, but fifth was not a file, so it threw an error.
Sir, minus R means?
It's an option. This is an option. So
minus R is arguments.
Recursively something.
Sir, can we also say this as RMDIR5?
RMDIR 5.
No, same one word RMDIR and then space 5. Will it remove that folder?
No, it will not remove. It will not remove.
DIR is directory only.
Yeah. So let's say I created a fifth directory again, right? So if you see here right now, there is a ls. If I do 5, if I do ls again, 5 is there, and RM.
Sir, what if I didn't write minus R?
Yeah.
RM and 5.
Yeah. Okay. I am doing it right now. Okay. So RM5 is a directory. Getting the point?
That means
That
RM5 is a directory.
RM assume that 5 is a file. Right. So let's say if let me just do something here. Do I have any file? We removed it. Okay, ignore this command, touch command. Ignore this touch command right now. Okay. Now let's say if I go to the January directory. Now if I do ls, there is a fifth, and inside fifth we have created new nodes, right? So we have written new nodes on 5th of January now. Now if I do rm and then new underscore nodes, then rm, what it does is that it assumes that new nodes is already created. New nodes is a file which is already created. It assumes that. So you don't need to say, okay, this is a directory or this is a file, because it's by default, it assumes that, right? So if I say that, hey, rm, this is a directory, please delete it. So how can I do that? I can do that using -r option, right? Once again, this is a rm is a command, -r is an option, and this is an argument, new nodes. Clear? Command,
Yes.
option, and argument. You should be very clear about this. Okay, so rm is a command, you do -r, which is an option, and new nodes, which is the argument to the command. Now if I do -r new nodes, we know that new nodes is a file, right? What happened? Can anybody explain what happened here?
It deleted new
New
nodes.
notes file has
Exactly.
been deleted, sir.
Exactly. So what happened is that whenever you're trying to remove a directory or a file or anything, right? Anything on the file system, then you can say rm -r and it will delete it, right? But if you want to delete only let's say if you're trying to delete a directory without specifying -r, then it will not delete it. So rm and anything, any argument, for example, some file name, right? It will always assume that it is, a file. It is not a directory. And if you try to supply a directory name here, it will fail. I can show it once again. So right now we're in the 5th directory. Let's go to the 5th of so let's go to the January, and then inside January, if I say rm and let's delete everything on 5th, right? What did it say? 5th is the directory, and if we do ls again, 5th is already there. It is not deleting it. Got it? So whenever you say rm without -r, it assumes that this is a file. And if you supply a directory, it will obviously fail. Right? For example, let's say if I do rm, let's go to the 5th directory again. And then if you do touch, touch is basically to create a file. So if I say touch node 1, and then touch node 2, touch node 3, right? ls. So we have 3 nodes on 5th of January here, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and let's say if I do rm node 1, right? What it will do?
It will remove node 1 because it's a file.
Exactly. Everybody agrees with it, or have any doubt regarding this? Guys, you need to be proactive and answer me the question.
No doubts.
Okay, perfect.
No doubts, clear, sir.
Perfect. So rm node 1 ls, we have deleted the node 1, right? Now if I do rm -r and node 2, what will happen?
Only node 2 will get removed.
Okay, only node 2 will be
Command will
removed.
not work, sir.
It will show error.
Sure.
No, sir,
Yes,
no
sir, show
error.
error because it is show error.
It is a
Command
file,
will not
not a
work, sir.
directory.
Okay, so if I do rm -r node 2, for example here, right? And if you see ls here, and say node 3, right? It deleted the node 2. Guys, please mute yourself. So what happened now is that, see, one way to understand is that when you say rm -r, okay, it will delete everything. Okay, so I'm writing it here for notes also, so you can it will be visible to delete only a file.
सर इसका मतलब ये होता है कि इसमें जो हिडन फाइल्स होते हैं वो भी डिलीट हो जाते हैं.
हाँ, वो भी हो जाएगा. ठीक है. So the RM file name का मतलब ये होता है it will delete a file with the file name, but it only deletes file. If you provide a directory, it will fail. But there is a command which we discussed called RM, then minus R option, and then file name. So it will delete anything, deletes anything with file name. So this I'll say not file name, just say name, for example. So deletes anything with the name. It can be a directory, it can be file, it can be hidden folder, it can be hidden file, anything. Okay, so I'll show this in action. For example, ls is there. We are on 5th of January. You can see in the PWD, January 5th, we create a new file through touch saying that this is a node which is a hidden. Let's say, for example, node 1, for example. Now, if you do ls here, node 1 is not visible, but if you do minus a here, it is visible, dot node 1, right? If I do rm dot node 1, what will happen, guys? Remember, node 1 is a file, and we are doing rm.node1. What will happen?
It will delete the file.
Deleted, right? So rm.node1 deleted. ls minus a, nothing there is a node 1, right? Let's now create a new folder through mkdir. How to create a hidden folder? For example, dot, and I'll say test, for example.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah.
Sir, how to open an hidden file through JitBash?
Yeah, we will discuss this later for later sessions. I think this is like a bit advanced. I can show you, but we'll discuss it after the session then. Okay. There's a way to do that through git bash or through here. So I can show you. For example, let's say there's a node 3 file, right? So in Mac, what you do is that forget about everything what I'm writing right now, but I'm just showing you it can be done. So if I do open minus a, then it opened the node 3 file. Can everybody see the node 3 here? Right? So I can write something here saying that, okay, the day was good. Okay. So this is how you can write the node, save it, and then you can, if you open it again, the day was, the node says saved, right? So there is a way. Ignore about, forget about everything, whatever written here, but it can be done through git bash also. Okay, so yeah, this is the thing here. So ls rm.node1, we deleted the node 1. Now let's say we created a hidden folder. For example, mkdir and dot and then test, right? So if I do ls minus a, I have dot test hidden folder here, right? Now if I do rm dot test, can you guys tell me what will happen here?
It will delete that file.
It will delete the dot test file.
No, dot test is a folder, mkdir.
Okay, okay. Okay, it will not delete.
You need to make the option of minus r.
Yeah.
Perfect. So if I do this, say dot test is a directory, right? But if I do rm minus r dot test, it will delete everything. Now if I do minus a, dot test is gone, right? Another thing to understand is that, as I said, deletes anything with the name, right? So if I do rm minus r and then node 3 guys is a file, right? What will happen here?
It will delete node 3 file.
Everybody agree?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if I do rm minus and node 3, delete it. If I do ls, nothing is there now in 5th. Right? So nothing is, no nodes are there on January 5th now. So this is the rm minus and node 3 command.
Sir, we have a node 3.
Yeah, you can ask the doubt.
Sir, is there any command to get back the node 3, sir?
No, right now it's not there. So what happens is that it will go to my trash here. Inside.
Sir, even in trash bin also it's not available, right?
Sorry?
Even in trash bin also it will be not available, sir.
Yeah, sorry. So yeah, I think, yeah, I missed out. Sorry, I'm extremely sorry. So yeah, if you delete something through your Finder, right, or let's say your file manager, then it will directly go to the
trash bin, sir.
Trash bin, because the configuration is such that if you right click, like let's say right click and delete, right, Where's the delete?
Move to bin, sir.
Move to bin is there. So there'll be some delete in your Windows or
Yes, sir. We have, sir.
yeah. So it will move to the bin folder.
Yes,
right?
sir.
It will not delete it. But rm command is an operating system command. It will delete the file from the operating system. It will not be there anywhere.
Sir, if we unfortunately delete the file, then how to get back it, sir?
You cannot get back. So you have to be very careful, very careful. So let's say, for example, if I'm the gen directory, right? Let's play around something. So if I do, I'm in the January directory. If I do rm and then dot, right? Let's say rm minus r and then dot. Dot, what is dot?
The default hidden folder.
Default. No.
Current directory.
Current directory, exactly.
Yeah.
Dot is the current directory. If I do rm minus r dot, what will happen?
All the files will be deleted from the current
Will be
directory.
deleted.
All
the directories and files will be deleted from the current path.
Okay, let's try this out. Let's say mkdir. I'll create another folder test, and then we'll create another folder called test file. Right, and if I do, there's a test folder, there's test file. If I do rm minus r dot, what happened?
It's default, so it cannot be deleted.
Okay, so this is kind of suicide, guys. So you are in the current directory and you're trying to delete the current directory. Can you do that?
It's like cutting the branch where you are sitting.
Exactly, you're doing a suicide now. So rm minus r dot is like you're deleting the current directory which you are inside in right now, executing the command. Right. So here will the command be executed if you're trying to delete it. Right. So this is the thing. You cannot delete the dot and dot, because if you remove dot, what will happen? It will delete the parent directory. Right. So you cannot do that. So rm minus r, but we have files here, right? Okay. Test is a directory, test file is a file. Now if I do rm minus r and then dot and then slash, what will happen?
Sorry, it's in present directory. I even know.
It is still the current directory, right? It will not remove. So to remove everything in the file, there is a special symbol called star. So if you do star, then rm minus r star, it will delete everything from the current directory. Got it?
Yes.
Now if I do ls, nothing is there.
So what is your current working directory?
It is still fine. So the test and test file were inside the 5th folder, right? And we did rm minus r star in the 5th folder. So whatever files are there inside, files and directories are there inside the 5th folder will be deleted.
Understood.
Okay, but not the folder itself.
Not the folder. You cannot delete the folder which you are in. That is not allowed. Okay, guys. Any question? This is a very tricky, subject. So it's the last part and the tricky part. If any question, you can ask me right now.
No questions.
Yeah. Anybody? Okay. Cool. Let's I'll give one more MCQ here. So these are like 4 MCQs I'll give this to mark your attendance. Guys, I have given 3 minutes. It's a very easy question. You should be able to solve it. Everybody got the questions?
No, sir, we hadn't get any questions.
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
it's
Yes,
available
sir, we
now.
got. Yes, sir, we got.
good.
Yeah, will we get to know if it's right or wrong?
Yeah, I mean, it will be, I think, I'll get back to you. So I think it will be in your, performance sheet. So you will get your performance record, then it will be there, how many questions. But this is not important. So this is just for interaction. So I get to know whether, who has submitted what and everything else, right? So I just get to know, whether the student is making, good progress or not. So this is not, this will not be counted to your performance. So you don't have to worry about it. We can certainly discuss for 5 minutes, what is all the questions and everything.
सर अगर हमको जो पेरेंट डायरेक्टरी को डिलीट करना है तो हम पहले हम उस डायरेक्टरी को जाके ही डिलीट करेंगे ना, तो यहाँ से डायरेक्ट नहीं होगा।
एग्जैक्टली हाँ, ऐसे यहाँ आप अगर लेट्स से कोई डायरेक्टरी के अंदर डायरेक्टरी में हो, ठीक है, तो आप पेरेंट को डिलीट कर सकते हो क्या? आप कहाँ रहोगे फिर? अगर आप अपना घर तोड़ दोगे तो आप कहाँ रहोगे? समझ रहे हो आप? समझ रहे? आप अगर किसी पे खड़े हो बेंच पे, आप बेंच ही तोड़ दोगे तो आप गिर जाओगे ना, तो आप कहाँ खड़े रहोगे? सो दैट्स द पॉइंट। सब डायरेक्टरी पेरेंट को कैसे डिलीट करोगे आप अपने आप को भी नहीं कर सकते, वो लिनक्स अलाउड नहीं करता, समझे?
So can I ask a doubt, sir?
Sure.
Sir, what is the difference between removing and deleting, sir?
Remove and deleting. So in terminal, there's only remove, and there is no such thing as delete. Delete exists in File Explorer, where you can delete it to trash, or it will go to basically go to some folder, some location, right, inside the file system. Where it will be there. If you want to recover, you can go and recover from there.
Sir, what is the command of rm minus rf is what?
Command in
rm minus rf.
Yeah, this rm minus rf is flag. So okay, so this is like I mean, this is advanced topic. So I think for the session we cannot I'll not able to see your audience and everything. I will not cover right now because it's an advanced command. Okay, but never do sudo rm rf minus. Never use the minus command. It is a force command. So if it is something protected or something like this, so it will be deleted from that. Never use the minus f option. Okay, any doubt other than that?
No, sir, clear.
Is there any further MCQs?
No, only 4 MCQs will be there.
Okay. So how long is this session going to be?
This just over now. So I'm just for any doubts or anything which you have. So I'll share the screen also. And first of all, let's discuss the MCQs. So I see good participation because most of the questions are attempted by like more than 90% of people. So that's very good. Please keep it up in the next sessions also. Okay, so
what about attendance?
Sorry?
Attendance.
Yeah, attendance. I'll take the attendance. I'll mark the attendance. No issues. It will be dependent on the MCQs. If you submitted the MCQs at least 3 or 4, then you'll be marked as attended. So you don't have to worry about it. It depends on how many MCQs you submit. Okay, so that's how your attendance will be calculated.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Actually,
Yes, sir, I
I
asked
missed one MCQ. Sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. You can message the Attenue team or your contact person there. It will help you out.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Sir, I asked my Git bash is getting error.
Yeah. Just a second. Let me just finish the session, then we can discuss. Okay. Cool. So yeah. Okay. Let's discuss the MCQs now. So which of them is not an operating system? The options were Ubuntu, Windows, Mac OS, and Microsoft Word. Right. So
Microsoft Word.
Microsoft Word. Okay, cool. So 73% of audience has given Microsoft Word here, right? I cannot see the individual answers here, but I can, say, okay, how many percentage people got it right, right? So the correct answer is Microsoft Word, but this is not an operating system. This is a software which through you can write in documents. So Ubuntu, Windows, and Mac OS are the operating system. Okay.
Excuse me.
Any doubt, guys? Any doubt who has submitted Ubuntu, Windows, or Mac OS?
Yeah, I have done it.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between Ubuntu and Linux?
Yeah, basically Ubuntu is kind of a, you can say, a distro. So the UI would be different. See, guys, in operating system, what happens is that there is a core of operating system which interacts with the hardware, right? And on top of that, you can have different UIs, for example, or different things, some functionality here and there. For example, I'm using right now text edit, right, which I was shown to enter the notes here. Microsoft Word and text edit looks completely different, right? But they both are doing the same thing, right? They are used to write some documents. So similarly, Ubuntu and Linux is like very similar in terms of what they do. They interact with the operating system. They do something like they turn on the display, they show the display, they, when you type on keyboard, it takes the inputs and send it to the operating system. So all of this is same. Only thing is the UI is different. Got it?
Yeah, it's like different version of Windows.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. Any more questions? In
No.
the MCQ1? Okay, perfect. We'll move on to the MCQ2. So the MCQ2 was, which command is used to list all the directories, right? And 100% of people said ls, so I don't need to discuss anything here. Now, yeah. The next MCQ3 was, current directory is home RAM movies 2020. If you want to go to the RAM directory from 2020, what command should I use, right? So 84% of people say cd //. So I think it's good enough. So any guys, you have any doubt in that question?
No.
Some guys have submitted cd //, some have submitted cd dot. So guys, if you're not clear, you can ask me right now.
No, sir.
Perfect. Okay, and yeah, there's another question. How do you see hidden directory in the current directory? ls minus 100% people have said that. That's good. Cool. Okay, let me just create the attendance now. Okay, before that, anybody wants to take the notes, or they want to see the the whiteboard to take the notes? So it's fine.
We have a recorded view of this session, right?
Yeah, this session will be recorded. I don't think I don't know if it will be available to you, but I think the session will be recorded.
Sir, please uploading the notes, sir.
Sure. I'll upload the notes. I'll take the notes also. Just give me 5 minutes. I should be able to give you notes. Guys, I have shared the screenshot in the chat window. You can take that as a notes. Yeah, let me know once if you're able to see the notes from screenshot. Got it, guys? The notes.
Yes, yes.
Could you please start the attendance?
Sure, I'll do it. Sure. I'm sorry for that. Okay, over time. Yeah, and this is the link which I'm sending again in chat. If you want to explore further, you can do that. Okay, I'll create the attendance now. Okay, guys, the attendance is created, so you guys can leave. So people who don't have any kind of questions can leave. People who have questions can stay and we can discuss.
So we need to submit our attendance.
No, you don't need to do anything. I have submitted attendance. Yeah.
So attendance मतलब कैसे कर सकते हैं, कुछ करना है उसके बारे में?
हाँ, मैं एक बार क्लियर वापस बताता हूँ अटेंडेंस कैसे मार्क होगी. ठीक है, मैं आपको 4 एमसीक्यूज या 5 एमसीक्यूज जितने भी एमसीक्यूज दे रहा हूँ, तो आपको कुछ नंबर एमसीक्यूज अटेंड करने हैं आपको. ठीक है, आंसर देना है उनको, गलत या सही कुछ भी हो आपको आंसर देना है. अगर आप वो आंसर सही देते हो तो आपकी अटेंडेंस मार्क हो जाएगी.
तो ऑटोमेटिक हो जाएगा, हमको कुछ करने की
ऑटोमेटिक हो
जरूरत
जाएगा,
नहीं
कुछ करने का जरूरत नहीं. लेकिन आपको ये है कि सारे एमसीक्यूज में अच्छे से आपको इंटरेक्ट करना है. ठीक है, आपको एक भी स्किप नहीं करना है, पार्टिसिपेट करना है सारे एमसीक्यूज में. जितने करोगे उतने आपके लिए अच्छा है, आपको ज्यादा सीखने को मिलेगा. ठीक है
सर. एक बार जो आपने लिंक भेजा है चैट पे लास्ट में लेटेस्ट, तो वो क्या है सर?
लिंक है इफ यू वांट. सो जो हमने आज कवर किया उसका डिटेल्स है सारा. ठीक है, आप वहां पे भी एक्सप्लोर कर सकते हो, ऑनलाइन जाके एक्सप्लोर कर सकते हो लिनक्स कैसे काम करता है. ठीक है,
ओके सर. ये जो चैट है वो कल के लिए भी रहेगा, आज के लिए खत्म हो जाएगा?
सिर्फ आज के लिए रहेगा. आप प्लीज नोट कर दीजिए लिंक्स और जो स्क्रीनशॉट मैंने नोट्स डाले हैं, प्लीज सेव कर लीजिए. ये कल के लिए नहीं रहेगा.
So can we leave?
Sorry?
Can we leave? Is an attendance mark?
Yeah. Please, guys who don't have any kind of questions, please leave.
Sir, I missed one MCQ, so my attendance is marked or not?
It will be marked, no issues.
Thank you, Harshil.
Thank
Good
you.
night for the day.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sir, can I share the screen?
Just a second. How many participants are there? 20 are there, right? Guys, everybody has questions now?
हाँ सर. आप अपना ये टर्मिनल आपको शेयर कर सकते हैं सर, जो हमने किया था अभी.
ठीक है.
Harshil, I have one question actually. I can see the link you shared, but the screenshot, I don't know where.
Screenshot should be there with inside the chat window. If you're not able to see, okay, what is happening now? Show all windows, no available windows. I need to stop sharing again.
Hello, sir.
Anybody? Do everybody is facing the problem of not seeing the notes in chat?
So no, sir. We have,
no, sir.
Yeah, I mean, please take a look in the chat. There is a screenshot I have shared. Right?
Yes, sir. We got it. We got it, sir.
Perfect. Okay. Cool.
हेलो सर.
Yeah.
सर आप बता सकते हो कि रिकॉर्डेड लेक्चर कहाँ पे अपलोड होगा, मतलब कैसे वो डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं?
हाँ, मैं आपको लिंक के बाद अनाउंसमेंट आ जाएगा आपको कहाँ पे होगा, क्या
रिकॉर्डेड सेक्शन में होगा सर.
हाँ, रिकॉर्डेड सेशंस आपको लिंक के बाद सारे अनाउंसमेंट आ जाएगी. कहाँ पे सेशन है, कैसे एक्सेस कर सकते हैं. ठीक है.
ओके.
हाँ सर. इस टर्मिनल में हम पीडब्ल्यू कर सकते हैं सर.
हाँ.
ओके. हम अभी है अटेन्यू में. अगर मुझे कुछ डिलीट करना है डेस्कटॉप में, तो मुझे डेस्कटॉप के अंदर ही जाना है ना सर, तो यहाँ से तो कुछ नहीं होगा। मुझे पूरा डेस्कटॉप नहीं कलेक्ट करना है, सिर्फ
हाँ।
मुझे डेस्कटॉप के अंदर एक फाइल है, सिर्फ उसे डिलीट करना है। तो मुझे पहले डेस्कटॉप में ही जाना है और डिलीट करना है, डायरेक्ट नहीं कर सकते।
नहीं, डायरेक्टली भी कर सकते हो। फॉर एग्जांपल लेट्स से आप जनवरी में हो अभी, ठीक है,
ओके।
अब अगर 5 में गए तो आपकी डायरेक्टरी कौन सी हुई? अब जनवरी 5 हो गई।
फाइल, हाँ।
अब डेस्कटॉप के अंदर एक फाइल है, जो देखो डेस्कटॉप अटेन्यू के अंदर एक फाइल है, तो बोलते हैं नोट्स वीक 1 डे 2। मैंने ऐसे एक नोट्स बनाई है, ठीक है। अब मेरे को ये डिलीट करनी है, तो मैं कैसे करूंगा?
हाँ,
तो ये फाइल है सबसे पहले,
ओके।
मैं दिखाता हूँ आपको। मैं ये फाइल है,
हाँ जी,
ठीक है। अब फाइल को मैं -r नहीं लिखूंगा, बिकॉज इज अ फाइल। नाउ लेट्स से डॉट डॉट करूंगा, क्या हो जाएगा? मैं कहाँ जाऊंगा?
द पेरेंट डायरेक्टरी जाओगे आप, मतलब जनवरी को।
जनवरी में फिर वापस डॉट डॉट करूंगा, कहाँ जाऊंगा?
जनवरी से अटेन्यू जाएंगे।
अटेन्यू में जाऊंगा। अटेन्यू में फाइल का नाम क्या है?
हो गया ये नोट्स डॉट नोट्स वीक 1 डे 2।
परफेक्ट। अगर मैंने ये किया,
हाँ,
ठीक है, मैं अटेन्यू में गया, चली गई नोट्स।
हाँ, ओके। अगर हमको डायरेक्टरी डिलीट करना है, तो हम -r यूज करके उस डायरेक्टरी का नाम डालेंगे।
एग्जैक्टली। देखो अब मैं करता हूं, अगर जनवरी हमको डिलीट करना है, फॉर एग्जांपल लेट्स से हम जनवरी तक नहीं कर सकते, जनवरी के अंदर है हम, ठीक है। तो अगर लेट्स से जुलाई डिलीट करना है मेरे को, ठीक है, तो क्या हो जाएगा?
डिलीट हो जाएगा। नहीं, r करना है हमको।
परफेक्ट, -r करना पड़ेगा। -r किया हमने, चला गया जुलाई।
सर फोल्डर्स वगैरह के लिए -r सेलेक्ट करना ही करना।
फोल्डर या फाइल कुछ भी डिलीट करने के लिए -r यूज कर सकते हो, लेकिन अगर आपको स्पेसिफिकली सिर्फ फाइल करनी है, ठीक है, तो आपको वो करना पड़ेगा। सो पॉइंट गाइस, गिव मी 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, okay?
Okay.
I'm just getting a call from हाँ गाइस, तो मैं ये बता रहा था कि अगर कुछ भी डिलीट करना है आपको, ठीक है, तो आप rm -r कर सकते हो। अगर आपको सिर्फ फाइल डिलीट करनी है तो सिर्फ rm यूज कीजिए, लेकिन rm सिर्फ यूज करोगे तो उसे डायरेक्टली डिलीट नहीं होगा।
सर इसमें बीच में एक स्टूडेंट ने
जैसे जैन में हमारा कोई भी मूवी होता है या वीडियो होता है।
आपकी आवाज सही से नहीं सुनाई दे रही है मुझे।
हेलो,
हाँ बोलिए।
सर मैं ये कह रहा था, जैसे अगर हमारा जैसे जनवरी में जो भी फोल्डर होगा, जैसे मान के चलिए कोई मूवी है, उसे डिलीट करना हो तो rm -r होगा कि केवल rm होगा?
rm -r करना है, फोल्डर डिलीट करना है तो rm -r।
नहीं, फोल्डर नहीं सर, जैसे मूवी कोई एक डिलीट कर।
हाँ, तो rm कर सकते हो, rm कर सकते हो। फॉर एग्जांपल देखो, मैं तुम्हें दिखाता हूँ, ठीक है। तो अब अभी कौन से फोल्डर में है हम? 5th में, राइट। 5th को हमने लेट्स से एक मूवी बनाते हैं, ठीक है। तो टच कमांड होता है, अब भूल जाइए कैसे काम करता है, टच है एंड मैं बोलता हूँ लेट्स से कौन सी मूवी है, मूवी 1.mpeg फाइल पता है ना आपको मूवी के लिए? mp4 लेट्स से फॉर एग्जांपल mp4 हमने टच किया, अब मूवी 1.mp4 है, राइट। अब कहाँ पर है? अभी 5th में है, राइट। तो ठीक है, चलो हम फरवरी में चले जाते हैं, ठीक है। अब डायरेक्टरी देखो आप, जनवरी है, फरवरी है, मार्च है। जनवरी के अंदर 5th के अंदर मूवी है, ठीक है, और हम कहाँ पर है अभी?
हम फरवरी
में। अगर मैं pwd करूंगा तो मेरे को फरवरी दिखेगा यहाँ। अगर मैंने cd डॉट डॉट किया, ठीक है, फिर उसके बाद अगर मैं जैन करता हूं तो क्या होगा?
सर हम जैन में चले
जाएंगे, ठीक। परफेक्ट, इतना समझ गए, बहुत है। अब लेट्स से मैं rm करता हूँ, ठीक है, और मैं करता हूँ डॉट डॉट, तो हम अब अटेन्यू में आ गए। अब मैं डॉट करता हूँ जैन, तो हम जनवरी में आ गए, ठीक है। अब मैं 5 करता हूँ तो 5th में आ गए, जनवरी 5th।
हाँ, 5th में।
और फिर मैं लिखता हूँ मूवी डॉट mp4 जो हमने मूवी बनाई थी, राइट। अगर RM मैंने किया है ऐसे, ठीक है, अब मैं जनवरी में जाता हूँ, 5th में जाता हूँ, मूवी चली गई।
हाँ सर।
समझे?
हाँ हाँ समझ गया सर।
ठीक।
सर बीच में एक स्टूडेंट ने मतलब एक क्वेश्चन राइज किया था कि अगर डिलीट हमने जो सॉरी जो हिडन फाइल है हमने पहले हिडन फाइल नहीं किया, बाद में अगर फिर से करना है तो क्या करना है सर?
उसको रीनेम करते हैं, रीनेम कर सकते हैं।
ओके, मतलब इसमें रीनेम नहीं होगा, कॉपी या मूव से होगा ना सर?
एग्जैक्टली। मैं दिखाता हूँ, देखिए कैसे करते हैं। ठीक है, सो LS अभी अभी हम कौन से में, 4th में है, ठीक है, फरवरी के 4th फैब फोल्डर में अभी। अब मैं एक फाइल बनाता हूँ जिसको मैं बोलता हूँ डॉट हिड और डॉट टेस्ट फॉर एग्जाम्पल। तो टेस्ट इज एन हिडन फाइल, ठीक है। माइन LS करूंगा, नहीं दिखा मेरे को टेस्ट, LS -A किया, टेस्ट दिखा मेरे को, ठीक है। अब उसके बाद लेट्स से मैं बोलता हूँ LS सॉरी रीनेम का कमांड होता है MV, ठीक है, डॉट टेस्ट, उसको मैं रीनेम करता हूँ टेस्ट। पहले फाइल का नाम क्या है, सेकंड फाइल का नाम क्या है, ये कर दिया मैंने, ठीक है। अब मैं LS करूंगा, S दिख गया मेरे को।
भी तो सर मूव के लिए भी यूज होता है ना?
हाँ, मूव के लिए भी हो सकता है। हम क्या कर रहे हैं कि डॉट टेस्ट को उसी टेरिटरी में मूव कर रहे हैं विथ नेम टेस्ट, तो हम डॉट
नेम
निकाल,
चेंज के साथ
नेम चेंज किया हमने। मूव को आप किसी डायरेक्टरी से दूसरी ऐसे कर सकता हूँ, देखो MV किया मैंने, टेस्ट को हम कहाँ मूव करेंगे, लेट्स से पेरेंट में जाते हैं, ठीक है। पेरेंट के अंदर क्या क्या है, पेरेंट के अंदर फेब है, जनवरी है, मार्च है, हम अभी किसमें, फेब में है। तो हम लेट्स से टेस्ट को जनवरी में मूव कर देंगे। तो MV टेस्ट जैन किया मैंने, अब मैं जनवरी में जाऊंगा यहाँ से।
अच्छा सर, यहाँ से आपने जैसे ये लिखा है MB टेस्ट डॉट डॉट और फॉरवर्ड स्लैश, उससे सर आप डायरेक्ट यहाँ पे आ गए हो, शो हो रहा है और फिर नीचे में आपका लिखा हुआ ही आ गया, वो कैसे है सर?
वो टर्मिनल में एक फंक्शनलिटी होती है जिसमें अगर मैं स्लैश करके टैब क्लिक करूंगा ना, डबल टैब, तो सारा फाइल जितना भी होगा सब दिख जाएगा। फॉर एग्जांपल जनवरी में हूं मैं, ठीक है।
अच्छा, डबल टैब।
हाँ, डबल टैब वो मैक में होता है, अलग अलग लिनक्स के डिस्ट्रोज में अलग अलग होता है।
ओके सर।
ठीक है, देखो जैन के अंदर में डबल टैब की हाँ हाँ जी,
वो मतलब टैब मतलब हमारा जो कीबोर्ड में जो टैब है वो प्रेस करना है।
हाँ वो डबल टैब आपके गिट बैश में नहीं होगा, क्योंकि मेरे पास गिट बैश नहीं है, मैं आपको बता नहीं सकता गिट बैश में कैसे करते हैं, लेकिन लिनक्स में ही होता है। आप ऑनलाइन सर्च कर सकते हो गिट बैश में कैसे करते हैं। मैं लेकिन ये चीज होती है कि डबल टैप करने से हमको पता चलता है कि कहाँ जाना है हमको, ठीक है, एक शॉर्टकट है टाइप का।
ओके सर।
ठीक है, ये लिनक्स का, ये लिनक्स के लिए नहीं है, लिनक्स में ऐसा सब कुछ नहीं होता, ये सिर्फ मैक ने बनाया हुआ है।
Sir, can I share the screen?
हमारे लिए नहीं है, हम विंडो वाले।
श्योर श्योर, आप ठीक है, मैं समझ गया आपकी बात। अब गिट बैश में मैं भी कल यही करूंगा, मैं विंडोज लूंगा और मैं हम गिट बैश, बिकॉज क्या होता है गिट बैश भी है, कुछ लोग उबुंटू यूज कर रहे हैं, कुछ लोग विंडोज यूज कर रहे हैं, तो मैं देखूंगा कि कितने लोग विंडोज या उबुंटू यूज कर रहे हैं, मैं दोनों में बताने का ट्राई करूंगा मैं आपको, ठीक है। तो गिट बैश में भी करेंगे हम नेक्स्ट टाइम, और मे बी उबुंटू में भी करेंगे, दोनों में करेंगे। मैं
अगर अभी जैसे ये होता है, आप इसमें भी जैसे बता सकते हो, लेकिन जैसे ये है ना हमारा डिस्कस क्लास में, अगर आपके पास विंडो है तो उसमें भी हम देख सकते हैं।
ठीक है मैं बता देता हूँ, ठीक है श्योर, ओके ठीक। और कुछ एनी डाउट?
Can I share the screen?
Yeah, rest of the guys, if you don't have doubt, you can leave. I think it's very late, and sorry for holding so long. But yeah, I hope you all have enjoyed the session. Tomorrow we'll be meeting for another session.
Sir, can I share the screen?
Yeah, please. I think you cannot share the screen. So, what was your question?
Sir, my Git bash is getting error.
Can you tell me what is the error? What is written there?
Okay, 1 second. Sir.
You can send me a screenshot or something, because I think you cannot share the screen.
Hello.
हाँ बोलिए।
Sir, in Git bash, in access denied showing, sir.
Access denied. आप स्क्रीनशॉट भेज सकते हो क्या? ठीक है, एक सेकंड रुक जाइए, एक सेकंड रुक जाइए। दिनेश के अलावा किसी को भी कुछ डाउट है तो बताइए, नहीं तो हम दिनेश से फिर डायरेक्टली मैं बात करूंगा। तो दिनेश के अलावा कोई भी है जिसको डाउट है तो आप बता सकते हैं।
नहीं सर, थैंक यू फॉर द क्लास, गुड नाइट सर।
कैसा लगा आपको सेशन एंड एवरीथिंग?
अच्छा है सर, अच्छा है, बोरिंग तो नहीं है, अच्छा है सर। अगर आप ये मत सोचिए कि क्लास मतलब लेट हो जाएगा, 12 बज जाएगा, 1 बज जाएगा, मगर जो क्लास जो में डाउट्स होते हैं ना वो तो क्लियर होना चाहिए ना सर।
ठीक है,
ऐसा नहीं कि हरी में करेंगे तो
हाँ, इसलिए मैं थोड़ा धीरे धीरे जा रहा था, सबको समझ में आया।
क्योंकि ये तो हमारा 10 महीने जो है हमारा इन्वेस्टमेंट है।
हाँ, बात सही है।
ठीक है सर, गुड नाइट।
गुड नाइट, गुड नाइट। My PC.
Yes sir.
Yeah, my PC.
सर इट्स मयंक यार, वो गलती से सर वो हो गया, जल्दी में ना नाम माइक ही रह गया।
हाँ, आपको कोई डाउट है क्या?
नहीं सर।
ठीक है, तो आप जा सकते हैं, आप लीव कर सकते हैं मीटिंग।
ओके
ओके, हम जो डाउट है अभी उनको ही क्लियर कर रहे हैं बस।
अच्छा सर, वैसे रह के तो देख ही सकता हूँ, जैसे अगर दिनेश का जो भी
सॉरी
सर, जैसे दिनेश का या फिर जिसका भी जो इशू आ रहा है वो रह के तो मतलब देख सकता हूँ ना अभी फिलहाल में।
हाँ ठीक है, देख सकते, ठीक है। चेतन, और कोई क्वेश्चन आपको? ठीक है चेतन, ठीक है, चल दिनेश, आप एक काम कीजिए, आप स्क्रीन शेयर कीजिए। स्क्रीन शेयर तो नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन आप ट्राई कीजिए स्क्रीन शेयर करने का, कर सकते हो क्या? क्योंकि यहाँ पे क्या होता है, ये जो एप्लीकेशन में डिसेबल कर दिया एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर ने कि आप स्क्रीन शेयर नहीं कर सकते।
होस्ट इज डिसेबलिंग।
या अब ट्राई कीजिए।
ओके, यस सर।
हमें ब्लैंक स्क्रीन दिख रही है दिनेश।
वन से नाउ सर।
हाँ, अब दिख रहा है, चलो।
See sir, when I do ls, this whole thing is showing.
And then what whole thing? Okay, so इतने सारे folder, you comfortable with English, right? Hello.
Yes sir.
Yeah, so these are the kind of folders that are there in your in your directory. So can you go to documents for if let's say, can you go to favorites, CD favorites?
Sorry sir.
Can you go
favorites?
to favorites, CD favorites? आप टाइप कीजिए, टर्मिनल में टाइप कीजिए।
Yes yes.
अच्छा, अब मैं आपका बात समझ गया। ठीक है, आप डायरेक्टरी क्रिएट करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं ना सी यूजर्स में, ठीक है? सी क्या होता है, कुछ डायरेक्टरीज होती है ना, उसमें एडमिन परमिशंस चाहिए। जैसे कि मेन डायरेक्टरी है आपका, यूजर्स के अंदर आप सिर्फ जितने भी यूजर्स है ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम में, जैसे न्यू अकाउंट क्रिएट करते हो आप, ठीक है, यहाँ पे विंडोज में जाके, तो वो सारे यूजर्स की इन्फॉर्मेशन वहां पे रहती है। अब विंडोज अलाउ नहीं करता है कि आप कुछ क्रिएट कर पाओ वहां पे।
ओके,
समझ रहे हो? तो आप यहाँ पे कुछ नहीं कर सकते, यूजर्स में कुछ नहीं बना सकते आप।
नो तो बेस्ट सर, मैं गिट बैश को एक दूसरे ड्राइव पे ले जाऊं।
दूसरे ड्राइव में ले जाने के लिए सीडी डी कीजिए। डी कितने ड्राइव्स है आपके फोल्डर में? डी और हाइफन?
नो डी नहीं है सर।
सर आई थिंक पहले इसे वो करना पड़ेगा, /c /user /my pc then desktop और समथिंग।
हाँ,
क्योंकि सर मेरा भी ना वही विंडो ही है, मैं भी वही देख रहा हूँ।
एक काम कीजिए, कौन सा ड्राइव है आपके अंदर वो देखिए पहले, आपका एक फोल्डर स्ट्रक्चर दिखाइए मुझे फाइल एक्सप्लोरर में।
ओके सर।
दिस पीसी पे क्लिक कीजिए, दिस पीसी ऊपर जो है ना ड्राइव के साइड, हाँ इस पीसी पे क्लिक कीजिए। ठीक है, आपका बी है, ओ है, के। आप एक काम कीजिए, CD/C/B कीजिए, /B जस्ट /B।
/D
एक काम कीजिए, LS/ कीजिए, LS/। LS और स्पेस के बाद वो आर्ग्यूमेंट है।
ओके सॉरी
LS/ या आपको क्या क्या दिख रहा है? बीन, CMD, प्रॉक टेम्प। अच्छा, रूट डायरेक्टरी। एक मिनट मुझे दीजिए, मैं ट्राई करता हूँ गिट बैश में। ओके, एक काम कीजिए, CD कीजिए, CD स्लैश स्पेस के बाद /B स्मॉल b। हाँ, अब कीजिए क्लिक, अब B में आ गए आप।
ओके
ठीक है,
ओके
समझ गए? यूजर्स में आप कुछ नहीं क्रिएट कर पाओगे क्योंकि वो विंडोज में प्रोटेक्ट करके रखा है, उसमें सिर्फ यूजर का इन्फॉर्मेशन जो भी नया यूजर बनाते हो विंडोज में वो रहेगा।
ओके नाउ सर ये दिखा रहा है सर्विस बिन सिस्टम वॉल्यूम
हाँ,
इंफॉर्मेशन।
वो बी के अंदर आपके कुछ पिक्स पड़े होंगे, कुछ सिस्टम वाले इन्फॉर्मेशन जो
ओके 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 ओके
समझ रहे हो, वो
ओके
सिस्टम
ओके 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 नाउ क्लियर सर।
ओके परफेक्ट। ओके देन आई थिंक गाइस वी विल एंड द सेशन। होप कि आपको अच्छा लगा होगा सेशन। विल मीट टुमारो एंड विल डिस्कस एडवांस कमांड्स।
ओके
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 ओके सर, थैंक यू।
ठीक है, थैंक यू, गुड नाइट।
सर फ्रंट एंड विल व्हेन स्टार्ट्स?
हाँ,
फ्रंट एंड
समटाइम
फ्रंट एंड सर।
हाँ, फ्रंट एंड क्या बता रहे हो?
कब शुरू होगा फ्रंट एंड?
फ्रंट एंड आपको मैं देख के बताता हूँ करिकुलम में, अनाउंसमेंट में। अब आप मेरे को कल पूछिए, मैं आपको सारे क्वेश्चंस, मेरा भी ये फर्स्ट सेशन है आज, तो मुझे ज्यादा पता नहीं है। मैं आपको कल सब पता करके बताता हूँ, ठीक है?
ओके सर।
लेट होगा थोड़ी, लेकिन कल अभी तो बेसिक्स का टर्मिनल होगा, फिर अभी पाइथन का थोड़ा हम करेंगे, फ्रंट एंड बाद में होगा।
आई थिंक हम पहले पाइथन का वो करेंगे, फिर उसके बाद से फ्रंट एंड में जाएंगे।
हाँ
आई थिंक सो।
हाँ, वैसे ही है, ठीक है,
ओके।
चलो ओके।